Hello everyone, today's video I'll be reviewing. I gotta go take a dump. Hello everyone, today's video I gotta go take the garbage out. Hello everyone, today's video I'll be reviewing King Kong Lives. Oops, I dropped my pencil. In my last few videos, me and my dad have reviewed the last three King Kong movies. King Kong Lives from 1986 is a sequel to King Kong 1976. And yeah, unfortunately I must review this movie since it is a King Kong movie, and it is part of the franchise. Oh boy. Are you sure you really want to know what I think of this movie? Are you sure? Do you really want to know what I think of this movie? Are you sure? Do you really know what I want to think of this movie? This is what I think of the movie. It's a pile of monkey shit turd. Fuck this movie. For the record, it's only cocoa powder, Greek yogurt, a peanut butter, and a banana. It's fake, of course. Well, that was my review of King Kong Lives. Okay, down to the real business. I need to get into more details on why this movie sucks. Hello everyone, today's video I'll be reviewing King Kong Lives from 1986. In case you're wondering where my dad is in this review, he was kidnapped by King Kong. I have to go stand up to this review. Nah, I'm just kidding. I told my dad he did not need to take part in this review and that this movie's a skipper. But for me, I'm going the whole 9 yards. I figured, what the heck? I've reviewed Superman 4, Batman and Robin on this YouTube channel. I might as well talk about this monkey turd. If you think this movie is really bad, this makes Son of Kong and King Kong 76 make those movies a masterpiece, Oscar-worthy compared to this movie. This is the worst King Kong film ever. I'll never forget my friend Christian lent me this movie 5 years ago. It was so bad I turned it off like 10-15 minutes. I didn't finish watching it. It's that bad. But for this review, I had no choice but to suck it up and watch it from start to finish. Also, this is the kind of movie they will show on Movie Night to prisoners as punishment for the crimes they committed. What doesn't make any sense is why has King Kong been kept secretly underground for a decade and these scientists are trying to bring him back to life? Did they forget the disaster damage destruction he caused in the last movie? Were they going the Frankenstein route? Also, the heart transplant scene is way too long of a sequence. Like, we needed a full demonstrate how the doctors do open heart surgery. They could have trimmed parts of that scene down. What did John Gillerman think? Everyone in the audience was going to go to medical school to be medical doctors? Seeing King Kong finally find love was bittersweet for King Kong. Oh, how cute. He finally met his soulmate. I guess he doesn't need to go on Tinder or Match.com or cancel his membership. At the end of the movie, when King Kong fights and defeats the army, King Kong wins, but he ends up dying. So much for the title of this movie. Next time, call it The Death of King Kong. Also, King Kong's girlfriend has a baby. In case you're wondering, when did King Kong and his girlfriend have sex in the movie? Do you really want to know that? Thankfully, I did not see that. I'm glad they were smart enough to film a scene like that. I don't even want that picture in my head. For a movie that's so bad, you have this sad ending of King Kong's son is born and dies right in front of his eyes after being conceived. How am I supposed to take this seriously? It's sad that King Kong dies, but it's done so poorly. It's like this part should have been done in a parody comedy movie. Just like in the previous King Kong movies, he fights a snake and kills it. In this movie, he takes an alligator and kills it. I guess it's tradition for King Kong to break a mouth and jaw in every King Kong movie. Also, once again, like in the 1976 King Kong movie, no dinosaurs. King Kong's girlfriend grabs Linda Hamilton's boyfriend, a reverse gender Beauty and the Beast. Instead, female King Kong falls for small handsome man. This breaks its rule on damsel in distress. Linda Hamilton is never picked up by King Kong like in the last movies with Ann Darrow and Dwan. These group of rednecks hillbillies kidnap King Kong and are jerks treating him poorly. I'm not being offensive. The rednecks are portrayed as stereotypes in this movie. Only one redneck was nice and kind to King Kong. King Kong breaks loose, kills the rednecks group, and eats one guy and breaks a guy in half. Holy cow. The small minor characters in the small town are stupid, dumb, boring, not interesting characters. One teenager sees King Kong stomp on his dad's car and he's like, "Oh shit, my dad's gonna kill me." Be thankful you were not in the car being stumped by King Kong. The car is bullshit. You're more important than a stupid car, dummy. Linda Hamilton is in this movie because of her rising fame at the time from the first Terminator movie. This is why they picked her for the movie. I read that because Jessica Lange's career was jump-started from the '76 King Kong movie. Linda Hamilton thought this would do the same for her, but boy was she wrong on that one. As much as I love Linda Hamilton, she is a good actress, but this character she plays is so boring, not interesting, no personality, and she has no charisma. Then again, the characters in this movie are very forgetful. The scene where the guy gets hurt and Linda Hamilton stitches him up, I'm thinking, this reminds me of the first Terminator movie when Kyle Reese got shot and Sarah Connor bandages him up. The romance between Linda Hamilton and this poor man's version of Indiana Jones is lame, forced, and rushed. They have no chemistry. This movie is rated PG-13, yet Linda Hamilton is naked in this movie for a split second. Rating systems are weird, make no sense when it comes to movies sometimes. Also, when the army shoot King Kong, it's gory, just like the last movie, but less gore than the last movie. And again, King Kong ate a guy and broke a guy in half. Despite this movie sucks, the only positive thing about this is the last time we ever saw King Kong practical effects and a guy in a rubber suit. Before the 90s, CGI killed practical special effects in future of films. The King Kong suits are not the best looking in this movie. They look like costumes I would have bought at a Halloween store. The miniature sets were still not the best set designs like in the last movie. It looks like something from a toy commercial. It surprised me that director John Gillerman came back to direct this movie. I guess he really needed the money. It's sad to say this movie ended his career. It was the last film he directed before he passed away in 2015. When I researched this movie, they originally wanted to do King Kong in space, or one where King Kong was in Russia. How about that? A Soviet King Kong film. Jessica Lange and Jeff Bridges were asked to reprise their roles from the previous movie, but they dodged the bullet right there, which makes sense. They were big high-profile stars at this point in their career. They did not need to come back for this movie. This is a movie I will never rewatch ever again. It's so bad and forgetful. It's one King Kong film I don't recommend. Heck, I won't even remember this movie after finishing this review. If you're someone who's curious to check out a forgotten King Kong movie, be warned. Don't eat bananas while watching this movie or you'll get diarrhea. This is also a King Kong movie I don't own or on any home video format, and I'm not in a rush to buy this on DVD or Blu-ray. If I did own this on DVD or Blu-ray, I would put the DVD Blu-ray in a blender with a banana and flush it down the toilet and shit on it. After this movie's failure and being forgotten, everyone thought maybe no more King Kong movies, until almost 20 years later came Peter Jackson's 2005 remake.